Hi, from Universal. So today I am revisiting probably my favorite challenge that I do on this channel, where I let a random toy or game determine my day at a theme park. Today I am letting a miniature pinball game decide what I do at Universal Studios Florida. I used a SpongeBob vending machine last time, so it only makes sense to use a Rugrats pinball machine. So I'm going to take this out of the box. So this is what it looks like out of the box. I'm probably going to ditch this part back here just so it's a little bit easier to put it in my backpack. So this is pretty self-explanatory, I think. Each one of these holes is going to be a different activity, a different ride I'm going to ride, or show that I'm going to see, or food or drink that I'm going to indulge in. I'm going to use my permanent marker here to attribute each of these holes to something different and then start my challenge. So I decided what I'm going to potentially do today. I have ride the ride with the nearest single rider, ride the farthest right away, buy a souvenir, go to the nearest quick service, meet a character, and then go to the nearest bar. This is very likely going to happen very quick. I'm getting here just a little bit before breakfast ends for the day. This ticketless, fingerprintless scanning into the park is ridiculous. So I'm going to go over here to do my first pinball, I guess. So this is over by Today Cafe. There's Scooby-Doo and Shaggy over there. So if I got a character, that'd be a very easy one to knock off my agenda today. I have this to be able to record, so I can use both my hands for this. And then I've also had a bit of a morning with just like technical aspects of this, where I forgot my memory card at home and I had to go back and get it. And then I realized I didn't bring any batteries, so I brought this from my car and I'm just charging as I go. But I am going to make this video because this is just clearly so significantly important. So the ball's right there. You're going to have to probably just take my word for it if you can't see exactly which hole I get it into. Oh, what happened there? Should that have been a hole? Should I have labeled these? I didn't do that. I don't think you can see that, but it went back into this back one back here, which I did not label. So I'm gonna go ahead and label both of these and then do that again. So these have now been labeled. This is drink a new drink, and this is eat a new snack. You can tell that I'm hungry right now. So what am I doing to start my day today? Come on, ball. Meet a character. And again, that could not have been more convenient because I'm meeting Shaggy and Scooby-Doo over here on Hollywood Boulevard.
Like, what's up, man?
Hey, how's it going?
Dude, like, I'm having a groovy morning.
What's up? That's great. So I just missed breakfast. So any
missed
lunch?
breakfast?
Yeah, I know.
Okay,
I'm
lunch
bummed out.
recommendations.
Lunch recommendations.
If you go down there, I forgot what it's called, but they have a burger with nacho cheese. Krusty Burger.
So I got my lunch recommendation from Shaggy to go to Krusty Burger, which technically my lunch is supposed to be just the nearest quick service, but maybe that'll be my snack. There's the mystery machine. I took this off, but I put it back on because I think I could do that in between each challenge objective, I guess. So what am I doing next? Buy a souvenir. I'm buying a souvenir right now. So that one isn't really necessarily location specific, so I might defer to do that a little bit later so I don't have to actually carry it through the park with me the entire rest of my day. I'm pretty sure that I know exactly where I'm going to go to get a souvenir, but as for what I'm doing in the park, I'm going to the nearest bar at 11 o'clock in the morning. So I'm going to go over to Cafe La Bamba first. There's a bar over there, but then there's also Chez Alcatraz, there's Finnegan's Bar. It depends which one's closest. This is jamming right now. This would be the closest over here if it is open. It's pretty quiet in the park today, which is weird because it did take sort of a long time to park. And it looks like it's open. Over here, this is the Cafe La Bamba bar. I think that I'm gonna get this watermelon fizz. It sounds interesting. I'm sitting over here in the shade next to Cafe La Bamba and the fountain, but this is the watermelon fizz, which is watermelon vodka, lime juice, watermelon syrup, topped with spectacular edible blue glitter and Pop Rocks. Gonna take this into the sun so you can actually see it glimmer and glitter a little bit. You can sort of see the glitter. So I'm gonna drink this at 11 o'clock in the morning. That is so sour. Uh-oh, that's good. That is sour. That's like a warhead. So I'd like to start riding some rides and getting some food because I'm hungry. I don't know if I'll do repetitive activities because I'm not really wanting to just go to all the bars today or meet all the characters. Come on. Oh, drink a new drink. That's what I'm doing right now. I know that it's not really easy to follow along, so I got back here, drink a new drink. I might just have to redo that one. I will do that at some point, probably, but I want to do something before that. So let's try this again. Got the nearest bar again. Got At the nearest bar again. Oh my god. Ride the farthest ride. So I'm sort of in the middle of the park where I am right now. If it's the distance that I would need to travel to get to the furthest ride away, then it would probably be Gringotts. I did this sort of idea last time, not last time, but a previous challenge where I rode the farthest ride away, and it was Gringotts because it is in the very back of the park. There's also World Expo over there, but the distance that I would need to travel to get to Gringotts is the greatest distance, so I think I'm gonna have to go ride Gringotts. This is a little bit less sour than I originally thought it was, but it is beautiful. Just look at this. I can't be too mad though, because Gringotts does have a single rider. It's kind of funny because whenever I do these challenges with an appetite, it takes me forever to actually get food doing the challenge, but whenever I come to the park, or I'm not really that hungry, that's when I get the food objectives from the challenge. Like, I am starving right now, but I'm getting everything but getting lunch or getting a snack. This is where Shaggy told me to go to get a burger. Will I end up back here? Probably not. So I'm still going to get a new drink. I'll just do it when it makes sense instead of doing it just immediately because I already have one. Yeah, Gringotts is definitely the farthest away from where I was. Today's actually a really nice day to go to the park. I was thinking it was going to be really busy with spring break, but it's not that bad right now. I really don't want to end up trapped back here though, which can happen with these challenges when I start doing the nearest ride, the nearest show, the nearest food. I've spent a lot of time in Potter recently because of the new ones, but I have not ridden Gringotts in a long time. All right, but I'm heading inside Diagon Alley now. Hopefully single rider is a minimal wait for Gringotts. I am so excited to get back to Epic Universe, to go to the Wizarding World there. It was so beautiful. It felt very similar to Diagon Alley, but maybe like 5 times as big. The regular wait's only 35 minutes. All right, I'm on my phone and I'm heading into the single rider of Gringotts. I get to walk through the battle at the Ministry queue in Epic Universe, and it is very similar to how this feels, which that ride is actually open now apparently. This is not a bad wait whatsoever for single rider. It pretty much just ends right here on the stairs before the little platform up there. All right, so I'm in the back row. That took about 5 minutes or so. That wasn't a bad wait at all. In the back row is the best. Got off of Gringotts. That was fun, and I barely waited at all. There are more lockers back over here now, which I didn't know that. But I'm going to my locker to get my stuff and then find out what I'm doing next. All right, back on my other camera, heading outside. Whew, even with the relatively updated lockers, it is still a mess in there. This is cool. There's nobody on the stairs over here. This is usually so occupied with people sitting down. So I would like to get something to eat. I am hungry. All right, I'm not doing any duplicates. I am hungry. Nearest bar, no. Meet a character, no. Drink a new drink. I guess I'll do that now. If there was a place to try to find the new drink, it would be somewhere in Potter, and I need to do that in addition to getting a souvenir at some point, but I am so hungry. So now I can go and do this and get it out of the way. The dragon's about to breathe fire in just a second. I'll be done with it, and then I can just focus on some food and maybe one more ride. But I'm heading over to the Fountain of Fair Fortune right here. I checked the menu and there's something that I have never gotten over here before. It's this right here, this Fire and Strongbow cocktail. So this is the Fire and Strongbow cocktail, which I presume is fire whiskey and strongbow. Which this, I already had a sip in there. This is delicious. The drinks that I've gotten today though have been $18. So I'm gonna go down here and get on my pinball machine again. Of course, the absolute last activities today are going to be involving food. I'm trying to find a quiet place, so I think I'll head over here. This is by Gregorovich One Shop and the hopping pot over there, and this is where I'm deciding what to do next. Ride the ride with the nearest single rider. So the ride with the nearest single rider line is going to be Men in Black Alien Attack. So I did everything before actually getting something to eat, which I'm glad that I got to do, all that I got to do. But again, I am hungry. Also, this is delicious and I don't know why I haven't gotten it before. So I'm heading out of Potter now and over to Men in Black. I'm holding out hope though, maybe somehow I'll end up back over here at Fast Food Boulevard. I shouldn't have put so many drink heavy options on my list today, because if I eventually get the nearest quick service, then it would be probably over here at Fast Food Boulevard. But I'm heading over to the locker to put my stuff in there and then switching back over to my phone and getting in line for a single rider. Standby for this is only 15 minutes. All right, heading down to the platform right now.
Emergency. Training sequence aborted.
Our shipment of alien bad guys has crash landed smack dab in the middle of Manhattan.
Weapons energized to full power.
Keep your eyes open. They can be hiding just about anywhere. It's an ambush!
Bioscan initiated. Warning, alien life forms detected.
Blast!
Deploying subatomic thermal disruptor in 3, 2, 1.
It's pretty good, right? Not too bad. Could have been better, I guess. So that wasn't a terrible score, but I did walk directly to the load platform pretty much to ride that, so that was awesome. I already got my stuff out of the locker over there, and I think I'm gonna go over here to do my next activity, which I've done everything but eat food today. I'm just gonna do this underneath the massive sign. That was fun to do, by the way, after having a couple drinks and not eating any food today. So at this point, am I getting a snack or am I just going to get some lunch finally from a quick service restaurant? I am so mad right now. Why does it keep doing that? Come on! Oh my God. So it feels like it took 10 minutes, but I finally got the nearest quick service, which is right over here, Fast Food Boulevard, and I'm getting a Krusty Burger for you, Shaggy and Scooby-Doo. It looks like Fast Food Boulevard does not do mobile order on the app, so I'm just walking over here. Yeah, I guess I'll have to order inside because I don't see an option for it on the app. It seems like this is intentional, but this really is just coincidental, and I manifested it because I really do want a Krusty Burger right now. It sounds incredible. I'm getting in line right over here. I'm getting my Krusty Burger, and then I don't know if I'll sit inside or outside. Alright, I'm getting closer. This isn't taking too long, which is good. Alright, I'm in line at Krusty Burger to get the Krusty Burger. There are many other options here as well. So I'm getting the Krusty Burger here. I've gotten the Quagga Burger before. Today, just the Krusty Burger. Getting some curly fries and nacho cheese. Of course, there's barely a line now, but here's my Krusty Burger. I think I'm gonna try to find a spot to sit outside. There's Moe's over here, and this is Krusty Burger, but I'm gonna go down by the water, I think. Fortunately, it's not that hot yet, so eating outside is doable. And I'm eating right over here behind Lard Donuts. So the Krusty Burger is a 1/3 pound burger with secret sauce, cheddar cheese sauce, a giant tomato slice, iceberg lettuce served on a specialty bun. And I got some curly fries there too with a K. I've been waiting for this Krusty Burger all day. So I ate down there and I finished my burger, which was, honestly, that was phenomenal. I really liked that burger. I have one final activity to do, and I think I'm gonna go over here to officially do it. My final objective to achieve, which is eat a new snack. But I'm gonna go down here in the shade to officially do it. Presuming that I can actually get it, but I'm going to try. Oh my God, I finally got it. Eat a new snack. That took so much time. I'm so mad about it, but I'm finally eating a new snack. And that was my final activity playing pinball today at Universal Studios Florida. As far as where I want to go to get a snack, I don't know, but I want it to be a dessert. I thought about going back to DreamWorks, but I think I want to go to Schwab's to maybe get a banana split or something like a banana split. I don't know, it's pretty hot today. Schwab's Pharmacy has ice cream and they should be open right now. There's Bart and Homer. A brownie or a cookie sounds good, or maybe some candy, but ice cream just, it sounds good today. Okay, I'm sitting down at a little booth here, but here's my banana split. I just got chocolate, strawberry, and vanilla there with nuts, fudge, whipped cream, and cherries. This is a pretty good way to conclude the challenge today, I think. I don't know if I can eat all this, but I'm going to try because I love banana splits and I do not get them often enough. So I have one more stop actually, and that is to get a souvenir that I put off at the very beginning of this video, which I think I'm heading inside the Universal Studios store to get because I want to get some Epic Universe merchandise. That banana split, by the way, 10 out of 10. That was delicious. I've had beer today and a Krusty Burger and a banana split. Also, the reason that I did this challenge at Universal Studios today is because Nickelodeon Studios is right there, what used to be Nickelodeon Studios. So the Epic Universe merchandise is out in City Walk, so I'm heading to the Epic Universe Preview Center, I guess. This is still a Universal Studios challenge, just extended out to City Walk, just so I can get a souvenir because I want to get a new shirt for hopefully many future trips that I'm going to be taking, I hope, to Epic Universe. What an absolutely great day at Universal Studios. That went to not be bookended by work is just amazing. All right, so I'm heading over to the Epic Preview Center, which is right over there, but I've pretty much completed my challenge today. My phone is dead because I siphoned too much power to put onto this battery that currently has less than 5% left, but I'm almost there. But I just want a shirt, nothing too specific to any particular land, so it should be a pretty quick trip inside. I don't think that I've ever seen it this quiet in here. You can just walk straight up to the model. You can now take photos and videos inside Epic Universe, which is pretty cool. I'm gonna get one of these shirts, but the selection's a little bit minimal. And I already have this shirt, so I might get something specific to a land. Brendan and I got to ride Stardust Racers, and it was incredible. The dueling aspect of that coaster was unbelievable. All right, I decided I am not getting a shirt. I'm getting a little Yoshi plush for Brennan. Brennan's been really wanting a little Yoshi plush, and I'll find plenty of merchandise in Epic Universe. Which, speaking of Nintendo, this store is getting pretty close to opening, at least the exterior. I'm heading back to the parking garage, but I also wanted to actually go up to the top level, which is where I parked in the garage, and see what I could see of Epic Universe from Universal Orlando. I'm interested to see how quickly this is going to change once Epic opens up. Do they have that graphic ready? So I'm gonna go to the top level. I don't know if I'm gonna go all the way to the other end of the garage. I might. I think it's just interesting to actually show the distance between Universal Orlando and Epic Universe, even though I have 1% left on this battery. All right, so I am gonna go down to the corner of the parking garage just really quickly. I never knew that there was a staircase over here at the corner of the garage, but way over there is Islands of Adventure. And then there's Universal Studios Florida. And then way over here, which you can sort of see, you can see Epic Universe. That's the Grand Helios Hotel, and you can see a little bit of Stardust Racers. So it's not that far away. Again, we took the bus the other day, and it was about 15 minutes to make it from the bus stop, which is right here, from Universal over to Epic Universe. Way over there. So that was my day at Universal, determined to buy a pinball machine. I got to meet Shaggy and Scooby-Doo. I went to the Cafe La Bamba bar. I rode Gringotts. I got a drink at the Fountain of Fair Fortune. I rode Men in Black. I got a Krusty Burger. I got a banana split, and then I ended my day getting a little souvenir, a little Yoshi plush for Brennan. That was fun. I love getting to do this. It is so random and immature, but that just makes it just so much more entertaining for me. But I appreciate you watching. I'll see you soon. Have a great day, and goodbye.